What's good, what's good, what's good? It's over his game over with the live stream. We're back on the channel. And we are finally here, my boys. This one has been a hot minute for sure. And I apologize for how long it's been, for sure, but we obviously didn't take we took our sweet time on, of course, finishing this garbage book, obviously. Finishing this trilogy. And now that it's finally done, we get to see the man himself, Mr. DomTheBomb, finally give his last final thoughts. Definitely curious to see what how he goes out. With this one, yeah, for sure. So, and I think, because you guys showed a lot of support on the last one, which I do appreciate it very much. And definitely hit that like button. That would be awesome. Go for 5-6 likes. That'd be lit. Would appreciate it very much. Truly. And of course, give my man some love and support to my man DomTheBomb. Link for his YouTube channel is in the description, as well as his Walking Dead Book 3 review video that we are reacting to. The link for the review video is also in the description, so definitely do check it out. Again, all credit goes to him. Big shout out to him. Show my man some love and support. He makes very good and fire content. So definitely do so. Please do. Big inspiration to me. Making good content, and his passion for Walking Dead and other big games like Life is Strange and all that good stuff, and of course Last of Us, and so many other big titles and stuff like that. A man covers. So. Definitely curious to hear his takes on this ending. Wonderful. Great ending. So, obviously this is my reaction. Of course, again, if you want to see it yourself, link is in the description. Obviously you will be able to hear the whole thing, so there's that, of course, but and maybe see a little bit of it up there. But this is mainly my reaction to it. I've not seen it at all. Literally first time. I did not click on it to keep it for you guys. So my reaction is going to be 100% authentic, as I'm not even going to know what's going to happen in his review video. So that goes with his cussing or anything he goes off. Of course, it will not surprise me, and I'll probably laugh my ass off, as it will be entertaining for sure. As he always finds his ways to definitely do that, for sure. So, but definitely show him some love. Of course, I think he's going to get back into the content pretty soon here. It's been about 13 days or so. I think he was in vacation, so hopefully the vacation was great that you did. And can't wait for more fire content, of course, from you, my good man. And hopefully to do some more fun Fortnite collabs or stuff like that. That'd be pretty fire. So we had a blast, definitely. So hope things are going great. And yeah, definitely help my man out for sure. Again, hit that like button. That'd be awesome. 5-6 likes. That'd be fire. Hit that subscribe when you guys are new. We appreciate it very much. That helps support me very much. We keep the content moving. Got a lot more fire content on the way. Hit that bell. Be notified every time I go live. Be part of the notification squad. That'd be fire. Be notified every time I go live or upload content. My social media is stay up to date with me down below. As always, my second channel, Twitch channel, Heisenberg's channel, are also down below as well. Check them out. We appreciate it very much. As well as if you guys want to become a member, help support the channel, get extra content, I'd appreciate it very much. Consider becoming a member. Become a soldier, you get extra content. But if you do just want to support me, I would appreciate it. You get extra little nice things next to your channel name, of course, and it will show that you are supporting me. And obviously, new members will get first priorities in terms of answering questions and all that good stuff, and inviting to games and stuff like that. If you are, of course, have a mic and all that good stuff, so that'd be awesome. So definitely consider it. Would appreciate it very much. Anyways, let's see what my man has cooked up for us today. 23 minutes, so it's pretty lengthy. I'll leave a like as always.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Yes, Colonel.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
He's back.
Love the beads. Fire me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And at long last, it is finally time. The final time that you'll be able to see at least this version of me. Well, guys, today we are here for my review of Clementine Book 3, the final chapter of this atrocious comic/book series. We started with the initial comic 4 years ago. We had Clementine Book 1 over 3 years ago, Clementine Book 2 over a year ago, and now the final one. This will be it. I will be done discussing, covering any of that, unless there's some kind of secret, another announcement they do with this, but this is it, the final chapter, the ending of this atrocious series. Now, if you want to see my live stream of it, we did a live reading of it where I went through the entire book in its entirety. You can go check that out, link in the description down below. But I'm not going to go through every single thing with this book because, like I said, we'd be here for hours, and I'm sure you'd love for me to rant on this for hours and hours and hours. But I think I have a like, you guys have lives, and we're going to probably put this around the 20-minute-ish mark. So I am going to do a summary of the book, talk about what I think, and where does Clementine and Milwaukee to go from here? Because this is it. There is no other books to look forward to, no other comics, nothing with Clementine. Do they finally let Clementine rest? Do they bring her back in the game? Do they do something new? If you guys have missed any of my reviews on the other books / comics for Clementine, check them out. But I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support. I never would have thought we'd have this many people supporting us, but we, as a community, united and stood up to this crap. And hopefully Skybound will come to their senses, and if they do end up doing something new, especially in the games front, that they put some dang passion into it, put some dang story into it, and hire some people that play the games, that know the story, that understand the characters and the complexities and the world. Not just hiring someone that had to rush through the games the first time.
Now that I've played all the games multiple times, I also am like an extreme fan of Clementine, and I would also hurt someone who hurts her. So I sort of identify now with the people who take her story so seriously. I love her. And I feel like I can do my best for her. So I hope that I'm coming from a good place.
I'm going to start this review off with a synopsis. We'll obviously cut you guys up a little bit on the first two books. There's not much I'm going to discuss, but we'll do that, and then we'll go into the nitty-gritty with the book. Alright, if you guys do enjoy this, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy this. If we go for 3,000 likes on this video. I greatly would appreciate it. Since it is the last one, the final review. Really would appreciate it. You know that we're 30% if you are subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, have it set all, and join the 101,000 people that will subscribe to the channel. Give a day with The Walking Dead, Telltale, or any other content I cover on this channel. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this review, and let's get straight into it. I want to make this very clear, y'all, to please keep your comments to Skybar or Tilly Walden respectful and civil, please. This is Tilly Walden's last hurrah. She is done with Clementine. So now all eyes go back to you, Skybound.
Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it?
And I'm not going to go too much into all what's, the catch-up, but pretty much it started with a comic 4 years ago, and in that comic, Clementine does probably the worst thing that she did in this entire trilogy, which is leave AJ and leave the school behind. That's pretty much the summary of the first comic, which is about 12 pages, and it makes no sense. You end up finding out through the first book and second book that it really turned down to Clementine leaving the school because she didn't feel right, she felt like a burden, she didn't want to see no one else die, and she felt AJ had a safe place to school. Complete BS. In the game we have all these examples.
Cool. Never go alone. I'm not going anywhere. Not anytime soon. Don't be mad. I want to be alone. Please don't be mad. I can't live with you not with me, Clem. I'm all AJ has. He's all I have. And I'll protect him with my life. Just like Lee did for me.
I mean, it's just flat out disrespectful to the character to literally abandon the boy that she's been with for years, and to make a simple, stupid cop-out saying that, she doesn't want to have that burden, it's too much pressure, she doesn't want to see anyone die, when the whole final season, how many times does she remind you, never go alone, I'll always be there for you, we'll be together, it's basically, in essence, a parent abandoning their child, because I see Clementine as a surrogate parent to AJ. So in book 1, 100%. Clementine goes off on her own, ends up finding this group. Basically, the premise is there's this new character that's introduced named Rika. I don't want to get into everything with Rika, but we do know it's very weird, their dynamic, and how it just comes out of nowhere, and they suddenly love each other and all that. The romance becomes official in the first book, and they end up kissing at the end of the book or whatever. Basically, there's a little remnants of the teenage group from the first book that pop up in the second book, because there have been those twins, one of the twins survives, they end up being pregnant. They are pregnant with Amos' child, Amos being one of the group members in the first book, which is an okay character, but listen, in essence, when Tilly Walden ends up killing off every decent character in this book. This group that they meet in the second book, which is Miss Morrow, basically, everything goes to big fight breaks out, island gets invaded, Clementine, everyone kind of escapes. There's a couple more deaths, but they end up getting one of the group members from Miss Morrow's group and end up flying away. So, in essence, the book ends on a blank scene. Yes, I ranted plenty about this over a year ago. Yes, it ends on a blank scene. And I don't want to say it because of YouTube, but you know what I mean. I go watch my Clementine Book 2 review if you really want to know the full details of that. And I thought it was absolutely sickening that they had this romance basically lost out of nowhere and they went into with that crap. Listen, I'm not here for a romance novel. This is the freaking Walking Dead, man. This honestly was just ridiculous to even have to see. But all that leads into Clementine breakthrough, where Clementine finally has it all. A safe place to live, not like she had it in the final season. A girlfriend, not like currently she had in the final season, / boyfriend. And even a cat, not like she had a dog in the final season either. But nothing lasts forever. And when Clementine suffers a loss unlike anything she's ever faced, a new mentor called the Gardener offers her a new family and a new way of living, but at what cost? It's actually unless something pops up, the last comic book or book in the Walking Dead comic universe at the current moment. What a crummy way to end it, man. So people are going to wonder, well, what happens in the book? How does it end? How does Tilly Walden decide to end Clementine's story, at least at this current juncture? Does she go back to the school? Does she reunite with AJ? Does she end up even living? Well, let's go through all that. So Clementine Book 3 opens up with Clementine in frickin' Greenland, of all places. She's not even in America anymore. They took, I believe, a plane or something at the end of book 2. So there they are. And we get to see that eventually Olivia will give birth to Amos's child. Again, most of this first chapter or 2 is talking about child labor. And one of my biggest complaints with this book is just that a lot of the language is not even English. Again, it's understandable. They're in Greenland, yes. But man, you're not even going to give me an explanation or try to explain this. I had to look up a lot of the terminology that was even said in this. So that was just fantastic. I already, not invested as is, so reading it was just, probably more funny than me trying to pronounce everything, because I'll be honest, I couldn't pronounce some words anyway. So, all that happens. We get these new characters. Eric, Sa, Arnie, Arnett, the gardener, it's a bunch of people that really, in essence, don't matter. I guess the only one that really matters to me is probably the gardener, because it's the main antagonist. And chapter 2 is pretty much nearly the same, where they check on Olivia after the childbirth and all the baby and stuff to make sure everything's okay. Chapter 2 kind of ends on a major thing that happens. So one of my biggest complaints with these books has been the character of Ricka. And I can't lie with you, I don't know if this is totally one listening to the people complain or just a simple cop-out text. Because I'm going to be honest, this is just one of the most random things happening. Maybe I expected them to do something with Ricka, but basically what ends up happening is Clementine and Ricka are walking back after a long day, and Ricka gets a headache. It's like, I don't feel really well. And then suddenly collapses. The assistant runs over, checks on her pulse, and apologizes for pulling out his gun out, and Clementine's held back as the man pretty much puts the gun to Ricka's head and shoots her. Because I guess they suddenly knew that Ricka just gets a headache, aneurysm, I don't know what you want to call it. Ricka just freaking passes out and dies. She's dead! Like I said, a lot of people celebrate that. I even celebrate it, but man, how freaking stupid of a way to kill off a character. This is unbelievable. If anyone actually here even liked Ricka, damn. This just what a crummy way just to kill off a character like that. So Ricka's dead, even for the small portion of people that even liked Ricka. Well, there you go. Now you really just have Clementine, Dr. Barnwell the cat, Olivia, Fen, and the baby. And Clementine, I've seen Clementine cry a lot, but man, the amount of tears they would give Clementine, oh my god. They made this seem like it was worse than when Lee died. With all the freaking tears, and she's having nightmares, and I mean, come on. This is getting ridiculous now. Acting like this, the one's acting like Clementine is closer to this Ricka girl than she ever was to anyone else in her dang life. Absolutely ridiculous. And they didn't really have Clementine help much with the baby's birth, thinking back to it. Considering she witnessed AJ's birth and had to help a little bit with that. But none of that frickin' matters. None of that is brought up. Who cares about the games? They're barely even referenced at all. I think there's 1 or 2 references in this book of the Telltale Walking Dead games. And they don't even reference much of the other books either. So it's like, wow, they don't really give a damn. Eventually, Clementine meets up with this group, the Gardener's group. And, because of all the stuff that happened with Ricka, she kind of befriends this group. And this group's basically kind of like a girl squad that protects the settlement from infected. But they're very, I don't know, there's a little drama between the gardener and this other woman that's the head of the city. So there's always a little conflict there. And eventually this conflict turns between them. So eventually, the gardener is planning to be I'm sick of protecting others. I know I'm sick of being used like that. And eventually she ends up deciding that she wants to end up not protecting someone and wants to attack them. So, I mean, it's an interesting dynamic, I guess, but it's just okay. It eventually, it makes the other 3 chapters, not really much that happens. Listen, I'll be honest, I just, when I was starting to read these final couple chapters, I was just bored. There's not much drama and chaos like a Walking Dead story would have. I mean, so eventually Clementine figures out that the freaking gardener's freaking crazy, and she tries to basically, get the hell out of there. Just, move on, get away from the gardener, betray her in sorts. And the gardener finds out, eventually ties up Clementine to the ground. Clementine, while getting stuck in basically she's buried to the ground in front of a bunch of walkers, ends up finding a way to get out. Cat's there. The cat's just magically there. The cat doesn't get bitten or anything. The cat's just chilling. And she eventually escapes. Which eventually leads to a fight between the gardener's group and the city group. And Clementine comes to butt in, and eventually the gardener and Clementine do a 1v1 duel where the gardener gets stabbed and she's killed. Again, a lot of this, I mean, I will say it's better than the first couple books in terms of how they're viewing it, but sometimes I was looking at some of these pages, and again, it's been the whole premise of these books. I understand, like, I've seen a lot of black and white comics in my day, and trust me, a lot of them are a lot more seeable than these. It's just another complaint I have with these books. I can barely see what's going on at times. It just infuriates me to my core.
100%.
Chapter 8 started with like a flashback to
I agree.
the first book with Amos and the group, and they kind of catch up on a lot of stuff that had happened. Clementine's just reminiscing and stuff. So eventually you find out that Clementine's back in the city, and you know, she visits Ricka's grave, da-da-da this, da-da-da that, about how school's going in life. And she says something, if I ever love anyone again like I loved you, I'll tell them every day. You know, she never does anything like this with Lee. She barely brought it through like once or twice in the whole fucking house with this Ricka girl, who she's known for a couple months maybe. She's like, oh, you know, if I ever love again, I'll tell them about you every Get the hell out of here with that crap! So in essence, how the book ends is Clementine meets up, sees the baby and all them, and eventually she just says the final line, everyone's waiting. He goes in, and that's it. Clementine doesn't go back to the school. Clementine doesn't go to see AJ. Clementine stays in Greenland. Of all places, I ended up thanking Robert Kirkman, of course, on Skybound, as she really is the third and final book in the Clementine series. So that is it. It's kind of crazy. I kind of just went through a Cliff Notes version of it, because really, I just told you all, 85%, maybe 90% of this book is just uninteresting and boring and just a bunch of filler. Nothing that's going to get you excited. The little details, like, nobody gives a crap about the world, nobody gives a crap about all the characters, there's just a bunch of unknowns. And I just love every single, it's kind of like the games, but in essence, where we're going, you know, we're going from different places. Every season we'd be in a different place with a different group. It's kind of like that with the books, but all the books have just a bunch of uninteresting characters. Maybe one interesting character, but that character's usually killed off or not given the time they properly need. A lot of this is just not built up properly. So you're just filled with a bunch of baloney, in essence. And like I said, characters, again, I think this is, again, one of just the weakest, this might be the weakest book in terms of characters. So I'll be honest, I just really don't give a damn about most of the characters. Probably the only character I care about in this is Clementine. And this isn't even Clementine, this is Tangerine. Maybe Lily and the baby, but I mean, my God, like, that's really much it. You killed Ricka. I mean, I didn't like Ricka anyway, it wasn't even close to it. And these other characters, who gives a damn about them? They're not relevant to the story much, if any. Overall, the characters stink. I can barely see. A lot of it is in a different language, so I can't really read it. The story is subpar at best. I mean, maybe I give you a point on the rating because you kill off Ricka. And the book just ends. It just ends. It ends with just Clementine staying real. There's no twist. That's it. You mean to tell me now, if you make a game based on this, you're gonna have Clementine in mother effing Greenland? What? They just don't give a damn about the games. They don't show any references to any of that. I mean, it's just, overall, again, it's the same mistakes every book has had. Uninteresting characters, boring story, maybe one or two plot twists that really, in essence, aren't anything special. I can't believe, listen, I'm not even a Ricka fan. And my God, how they just killed her off. No autopsy, no explanations. Maybe she had some underlying health issue, right? But she don't even really bother to say, oh, she had headaches, she was sick, she didn't feel. But like, just to kill off a character like that, it's just so lazy. To end the book the way you do with, like, I was just sitting there at the end, I'm like, that's it? That's the end of the book? You're gonna keep her in Greenland with this group? She's known for like a couple months. Like, come on! It's pathetic! So you know what I would give my rating of this book? Because again, I would love to just hit every single point in this book. Like I said, there's no point. It's a comic book at the end of the day. It's a book. I don't give a dang about it. I'd probably give it legitimately, you know, surprisingly, the worst book to me is book 2, because how the romance was just shoved in your face, and a lot of the story was just as bad, if not worse, than this book. This book probably had the worst story, in my opinion, of the 3. So I'd probably give it, like I said, a 2 out of 10. Realistically, I think the best book was book 1. I think book 1 I gave like a 4. Book 2 was like a freaking 1 or a 0.5. This one probably a 2. The comic, like legitimate, I could give that almost a 0 because of just how bad it was and the 12 pages it was. So I mean, I'd love to know you guys' ratings down below. I mean, most of you probably haven't even read this or even knew this existed, because I mean, I consistently and continually get comments about how people didn't even know these existed before, you know, I made these videos, or review or even read them in the first place. So, bro, I'm just disappointed. I'm sad. I'm just pissed off.
Well, that's higher than what you gave me. Than what I gave
the
it.
tunnel is that this is it.
1.5.
We are done, and now we move to the section of this video. Is where do we go from here? Well, now that we know the Clementine books are over, it doesn't seem like they're ever going to return to that. Now they have possibly a couple options where they can do a Clementine story. They either can continue it in a game / live action / whatever else they want to do. They can do a rework and pretend these don't exist and continue off the final season.
Yeah.
They could do something new with new
No,
characters.
that'd be a
Bring
better
back an
idea.
old character like Javier or somebody. Or they could just let Clementine the Walking Dead rest in peace. We all know that's not going to happen. As indicated over a year ago that Skybound had a deal in place to make a sequel to Telltale's The Walking Dead. The only key to that sequel is that I hope to God, if it does follow Clementine or / this story, that it does not involve these books in any shape or form. Any. Because you're already going to have 99% of the fan base hate the new game off the start if you end up doing this. So Skybound, I know you guys follow my content, you watch this channel. I'm warning you right now, if you do end up doing this, where you continue this story in The Walking Dead through these books, it's over. There's no hope. Any of that. There still might not be any hope regardless, because as I said in the beginning of the video, you need to find some people that understand the story and that know what the hell they're doing. Again, I'm not going to fully blame Tilly Walden. Like I said, I think she was just the wrong person for this, and if anyone needs to be blamed, it's Skybound. There were plenty of other people that were interested, and I've seen throughout the years that would have wanted to have done this, that their art styles were great, they knew the story, and they decided to go with Tilly, who was mainly known for romance novels. Again, The Walking Dead is not a romance story. No, it didn't make any sense in the first place. But,
Facts.
listen, Tilly's done her job, it is over. Now Skybound, what are you going to do about it? Your decision at the end of the day where you go, and I hope everyone in the community knows, Skybound's got something cooking. I've talked about this in numerous videos. We don't know what they're going to do. They have some new Walking Dead games in development, as if they're going to be Telltale related, I don't know. But we do know something is coming. So Skybound, I'm not going to hold my, thank God Deck 9's not working on after double exposures. Man, I would be, it would be over, y'all. It would be over, and we would just have to be thrown in the towel. So, listen, y'all, I'm nervous. The future is definitely, like I said, it's up in the air. But this is it, guys. I want to thank you all so much for all your support on all these reviews and the coverage of the Clementine books / comics for over these 4 years. I never would have expected that I'd be doing this on my channel, but I enjoyed the ride. And I do apologize that this almost took me a month after my initial reading to get this out to y'all, but like I said, I've had a lot of personal stuff going on. I just had my birthday a couple weeks ago and some other stuff. Just turned 27, so my real life, and I've been prioritizing my body, going to the gym. Just want to thank y'all so much for watching this review. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this. Go for 3,000 likes on this video. Again, let me know your thoughts about this book down below, your review number, or whatever you want to do it. And where do you think The Walking Dead is going to go from here? So guys, this is it. Barring Skybound doing another disastrous mistakes with these books, or bringing the Clementine back in some sort of form through these books or comics, it'll be the last time you hopefully see me ever having to review comics / books on a gaming channel. Alright, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace and love, and have a great day, guys. Bye-bye, and goodbye, Tangerine. Let's go!
Yeah, goodbye fucking Tangerine. W review. 10 out of 10. Like I said, 1.5 out of 10. You gave it a 2. Still shit. That's higher than I thought, but then again, that's not completely far off either. I mean, you didn't really come up much more. Yeah, good review. Good review, Dom. Good review. Yeah, hopefully no more Tangerine. In terms of continuing Clem, you should not, you know, you should not continue off of where the comics went. You should not do that. That's fucking stupid. You should either continue off where the final season ended, or focus on new characters entirely, or you know, something of that sort. Do not continue where the comics ended. That would be a disaster, a catastrophe. That's what that would be. 100%. So, let me know what you guys thought. He definitely was more laid back. You know, if we get about 5 likes or maybe 6 likes, maybe 5 or 6 likes, and if we crush that milestone on this reaction to it, I might consider reacting to his actual live stream reading. You know, of him reading the whole thing from beginning to end. If you guys do want to see that, for sure, it definitely would be more entertaining. I'm for sure of it. Just because, you know what I mean, in his video format, he does try to be a little bit more. Well, as you heard, he blurred the stuff out. You know what I mean, or he put bleeps, you know what I mean? So, which I don't blame him by any means for doing that on his videos. But yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, if you guys want me to react to his live stream reading to it, hit that like button. That'd be awesome. And like I said, if we get 5 to 6 likes, I'll do it. So, hit it. That'd be awesome. Subscribe if you guys are new. Would appreciate it very much. And you guys want to support my man Dom the Bomb, link for his channel is in the description, as well as his review on book 3 of Walking in Clementine down in the description as well. So definitely do check him out. Please do tell him Ray sent you. Social medias, Sucker channel, Twitch channel, all that good stuff down below. Check them all out. Would appreciate it very much. Help support me. Would appreciate it. Keep me doing what I'm doing. More fire content on the way. I think I am going to move the Fortnite Fridays. I think I am. Because I want to obviously play with my broskies, of course. And I believe everybody is asleep, I think. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I might actually take a nap right now and then get up for the Thursday stream. Then probably do Hedgehog Bros after that, and then take another nap. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So. So yeah, so stay tuned. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna save the Fortnite Fridays for just because nobody's awake, and I don't want to play with just you know what I mean. It's more fun. You know what I mean? It's more fun to play Fortnite Fridays with the friends, obviously to grind it together. You know what I mean? It makes it more entertaining, and all that. So. Plus, I do got to go in early, so I'm trying to kind of work that nicely. So I'm going to do that Friday night when I get out of work. I'm going to do Hedgehog Bros first, then I'm going to jump into Fortnite Fridays. I'll grind that for a bit. I'll see how far we go with it, or how long we go with it in terms of length. I'll ask my parents for timing of getting up. I'll, you know what I mean, get that in the collation of everything. After the Fortnite Friday stream, I'll probably do one more episode of Headshot Bros. Knock that number down, at least by one anyway. And then, you know, depending on what time I gotta get up, I don't know what time. I'll see, I guess. And so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. More fire content on the way, and we'll keep on grinding and moving on, because that's what we do. So, more fire content on the way, as always. Yeah, so that'll be the 3 streams at least I'm shooting for, because I'll be busy Saturday, and gonna have to let Mr. Heisenberg know, but yeah. So, anyways, see you guys in the next one. Over here, signing out. Peace. Everyone, guys, much more stay safe.